at your peak, when like you were, I don't know, lifting a shit ton, and I guess you, because I don't know completely like what gear you may have taken. What do you think? Was there ever a moment where like emotionally, like you were so fired up that maybe you thought like, oh shit, this is kind of like a lot, like as a person?
Anytime I took tren in the past, I would get very, very unjustifiably paranoid.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Just anything?
You'd be, for example, and you're in a relationship with a girl and everything's fine, but in your head you're like, she's cheating on me for sure.
Oh, interesting.
Just weird shit.
Interesting.
Yeah, or just something random. Today something bad is going to happen to me. You have this impending paranoia of just a nonsensical outcome that normally you would not even think about.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it does weird stuff to your brain.
Yeah. There was a dude that I kind of talked to on Twitter. I don't know if he's taking tren anymore. When he was taking tren, he started this thread of like psycho dreams he was having, and it made me. I was like, damn, that'd be just a really dope short film, just like a 10 or 15-minute thing of like a dude taking tren, and then every time he closes his eyes, he like goes into some crazy ass moment that's like 30 seconds to a minute.
There's something called tren sweats too, where when you're on tren specifically, you wake up and you're just soaked in sweat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Dude, this shit fascinates me.
Yeah.
Fascinates
Or
me.
tren
I don't know
cough.
why,
Have you
but
seen?
Yeah,
I've heard of
about
tren
that.
cough.
Yeah.
What is that?
So you inject it, and if you're unlucky, it's like a roll of the dice every time you pin it. But when you pin it, there's like, depending on a bunch of different factors, but I think it's more so it leaking into, I don't know, the way it gets into circulation. Sometimes the drug itself, your body has a reaction where it tries to kind of like cough it out.
Whoa.
And it's weird because I don't know if it's in just the drug specifically, or if it also has to do with the carrier oils and the solvents that you use specifically to suspend the tren. It's more of like a chemistry thing.
Yeah.
But this drug in general is more prevalently associated with having a coughing fit after pinning it. So you could be in the bathroom, you shoot it, and then you're kind of just praying to God that you don't end up having the coughing fit. But then if you feel it coming on, for the next 4 minutes you're going through hell. And you just sit there and you're looking at the mirror, preparing yourself, and then you just hack up a lung for like 4 minutes straight. And there's no other more sobering moment of why the fuck am I doing this to myself?
Yeah.
As you're just some yoked out of your tree bodybuilder looking at yourself just cough to fucking death in front of yourself in the mirror.
God,
yeah.
dude. So I
know bodybuilders who literally, they're like, oh, fuck. And then they get in the fetal position on the ground and they just cough for 3 minutes straight.
That is... Oh my
God.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I want to feel tren cough.
Yeah,
I need to feel it.
When I was on Zach's podcast the other day, we were talking about how I think it's the equivalent of like post-nut clarity, but steroid edition.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's like
yeah,
you watch some fucked up porn and you jerk off, you're like, oh, I'm a piece of shit. After you're done, you're like, what am I doing? I'm disgusting.
Yeah.
But with tren, it's like the same thing. You pin it, you start to get the cough come out, and you're just watching yourself just... You can't control it at all. Just succumb to this fucking brutal cough.
It's over.
Yeah, and you're just like, what am I doing with my life? Was this even worth it?
That kind of reminds me of like this like video from I think like some Irish bodybuilder, and I think it's titled "What It Takes to Get Stage Lean." Maybe you've seen it. It was pretty. I'd say it went pretty viral. And he does like this 6-minute thing. He's like, being stage lean, it's not worth it. And he just like goes through this whole fucking thing, right? He's talking about how his life sucks. He's like, your relationship with food, it's terrible. Like he makes it sound so bad. But then at the end, he's like, but I'm not gonna lie, I like looking like this, so I'm just gonna keep being fucking ripped as fuck. Man. Yeah.
What's the most fucked up cycle that you've been on? Like, just was it tren, or was it like what were the symptoms?
I'm not tuning you guys out. I want to try to find this dude.
Yeah, it's fine. I just did that too because I wanted to ask you about another bodybuilder that I don't know, on his page recently.
But hit it.
Probably the most I've ever used was test plus tren plus something called Masteron. And then I think I threw in orals on top of that. I might have used Winstrol. It was a while ago, so I forget exactly. But test, tren, Masteron was like the main biggest stack, I would say.
And just because you wanted to be as big as possible.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is when there's less knowledge on the internet too and less people educating about the realities of this stuff, you would often go by just underground knowledge through gyms and your bros in the gym and what they say is correct, or forums where a lot of this like lore around what you're supposed to do or not do would kind of circulate and trickle down the grapevine, but there was less of an emphasis on like science or I don't know, just things that have anecdotally worked over the years. And we used to think, or at least, back in the day, one of the things you would get the impression of is you needed to take a shit ton of stuff to when you're cutting to look a certain way. But what you find out after a while is a lot of this stuff basically at a certain point, you can only hold your muscle when you're cutting anyways. Like, you're not trying to build typically when you're eating in a deficit. Even if you're on gear, if you're experienced enough, you're not going to gain a ton of size when you're cutting down. So you're just trying to preserve what you have essentially. Like, the goal is lose all the fat, but keep all the muscle essentially. So there's only so much you need to actually do that. And then once you go above and beyond that, you're kind of just using drugs for no reason, like more. Right. And yeah, back then it was like, I could have gotten away with a third or a quarter of the shit probably and had the same outcome.
Wow.
Yeah.
And is that one of the reasons why you're so like honest about this? Is just
it was like things that I wish I knew when I started.
And just providing like further information so that guys don't like get themselves in.
Yeah, or they know the realities of what they're getting themselves into.
Yeah.
Because back in the day, it was, you would have somebody in high school be like, here's a ball of D-ball, bro. It's fucking sick.
Yeah.
And then let's go drinking after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which what? That'll fuck you up?
Drinking plus D-ball?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both liver toxic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And it's just not like if you're going to expose yourself to these drugs, like you should probably make the most of it while you're on it, not go drinking and, be a dumbass and eat like shit.
Point. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it is so wild. Well, two things. One, watching your videos helped me just accept like, all right, genetically, I got a cap. I can only get so much and that's fine. But two, to the point of like high schoolers and stuff doing roids and like, what you wish you knew. It's still so wild to me, like when SARMs got really popular.
Yeah.
It was like this crazy wildfire of teenagers. Like all it takes is one teenager to be like, yeah, I'm trying them out. And then a bunch of teenagers go and do it. And it's like even the delay in time where like maybe a dude like yourself can get on TikTok to be like, no, don't take that shit. That could be really fucked up for you. It's like at that point, with how rapid social media is now, it's like, damn, there's however many kids already took who knows how many like doses of SARMs before they got to that still.
Yeah, TikTok's been really bad about, like, I don't know. It's weird because they'll ban stuff that's, I would say, doesn't need to be banned, but then leave shit up that makes no sense to be up.
Yeah.
Like underage girls or like
whatever
shit about SARMs. And it's so bite-sized that the only thing you can really extrapolate out from a video of some teen on SARMs or something is him showing his physique and saying what he's doing. And there's no education or harm reduction or any warning or anything. And it's pretty problematic for sure.
Yeah.
What do you think about Nick Walker?
It's fucking huge.
I mean, he's like the biggest dude I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah. Yeah, he's insane. He's the mutant. Yeah.
The mutant.
Like, this dude is...
He looks like Krang from fucking Ninja Turtles, dude.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know. I read so much about like bodybuilders dying of heart attacks, and then I fell onto this guy's page, and I was like, Jesus Christ, like what are you sacrificing?
Dude, this is how I feel after I fucking Penlay row 80 pounds.
This is also, I don't think recent. Go to his Instagram. He's way bigger than this.
No, how?
He's about to compete at the Olympia in like a few days.
Yeah. Damn. Really?
So he probably looks absolutely nonsensical right now.
He is huge, dude.
Look at his leg. Wait, go back. Look at his leg.
What size shoe does he wear, do you think?
I think he's our height. He's 5'9".
You're out of here.
I swear to God, he's 5'9".
So if he's got like a size 10 shoe on,
it's not like when you get more jacked, your foot grows.
No. I'm just,
It's a size 22 foot.
No. I try to think of things like in scale. Okay. Like if he wears like a size 10 shoe, right? That's about your shoe size right there.
Yeah.
And so, like, in my mind, I mentally try to compare how fucking massive his thigh is compared to his shoe, dude. Yeah, that's like
growth hormone can make your feet grow, actually, though. So who knows?
Can it?
Yeah.
Can it make?
There are some
make other things grow.
Not your dick. Sorry, bro.
Yeah.
You're stuck with the tiny meat.
Yeah, it's
all
a
right,
wrap
Ryan,
for that.
return those.
Yeah.